the jingle when I push it wide. Little cloud of coffee, here comes rushing from inside. Coats all on the rack like sleepy winter trees. Barista lifts a hand to me, the usual today. Window still is fogged from all the breath and steam. Sun is barely climbing over last night's dream. I take the corner table with the wobbled leg. Drop my bag and worries underneath the chair like eggs. Outside traffic tries to hurry up the day. Inside someone's record starts to softly play. Trumpet in the distance brushes on a snare. Suddenly my heartbeat feels like it can breathe the air. Morning coffee, gentle jazz, pouring over everything the night has left. Sip by sip the city starts to lose its edge. Notes like cream along the rim of my regrets. I don't need a bigger plan, just this quiet cup in my two hands. On a day that feels too heavy, moving fast, I slow down with morning coffee, gentle jazz, gentle jazz. Notebook on the table with a folded spine. Half-finished to-do list from another time. Pen rolls in a circle like it wants to dance. I write down it's okay if I don't get my chance. Couple by the counter share a piece of pie, whispering in fragments underneath the hi-hat sigh. Laptop in the corner glows on someone's face, turning all their deadlines into this one little place. Maybe I don't have to conquer something huge. Maybe I can start with letting go of old deluge. Take a breath between the chorus and the bridge. Let the upright bass hold up my inner ridge. Morning coffee, gentle jazz, pouring over everything the night has left. Sip by sip the city starts to lose its edge. Notes like cream along the rim of my regrets. I don't need a bigger plan, just this quiet cup in my two hands. On a day that feels too heavy, moving fast, I slow down with morning coffee, gentle jazz. Someday I might leave this tiny cafe door, find another city, learn to ask for more. But I will remember how this sunlight fell on the chipped ceramic and the stories that it held. How the soft piano turned my breathing light. How the brush cymbals made the morning feel alright. How the first small smile I gave myself in weeks started with a table and a warm seat. Morning coffee, gentle jazz, pouring over everything the night has left. Sip by sip the edges of my fear detach. Notes like honey on the corners of my past. I don't need a flawless plan, just the song and something warm between my hands. When the winter makes my hope feel paper thin, I sit down with gentle jazz and breathe back in. with snowfall outside, warm inside. Warm inside. Barista hums along to some forgotten tune. Cups and plates keep dancing to the brush's swoon. Someone reads a paperback by yellow glow. Someone laughs and whispers at a joke I'll never know. Footprints on the street will disappear by dawn, but the sound of soft piano keeps me holding on. Every little chord change feels like melted frost, finding all the pieces that I thought I'd already lost. I used to think I had to always be out there, where the flash and thunder fill the frosted air. But here between the sugar and the cinnamon, I remember how it feels to just be one. Snowfall outside, warm inside, watching all the world in slow motion glide. Let the busy sidewalks blur into the night. I'm staying with the coffee and the amber light. I don't need to chase the noise beyond this door. I have everything I need and maybe more, in a season where my heart just wants to hide. I breathe deep with snowfall outside, warm inside. Someday when the weather turns to softer rain, when the coats grow lighter and the days explain, I will still come back here in my scattered mind, to the sound of clinking china and this chair I find, to the way the window framed the winter show, while the gentle bossa kept me in its glow, to the quiet proof that I could still belong in a little room with one warm song. Snowfall outside, warm inside, holding all the pieces I had set aside. Let the frozen memories fall where they may. I'll sip from something present here and not away. I don't have to fix the stories I've outgrown. I can watch the snow and feel less alone. When the cold world pulls me in 1,000 tides, I come back to snowfall outside, warm inside. Foam hard on the surface of a cappuccino cup, tiny porcelain island where my day wakes up. Cinnamon is drifting like a lazy spell, trying to convince my mind that I am doing well. Table by the window with a tilted chair, afternoon is sliding through the frosty air. Some with soft sax over cappuccino. Bar stools in a circle like a little ring. Barista wipes the counter to the rhythm swing. Couple in the corner share a quiet smile, letting sax and coffee talk for them a while. Outside, cars are rushing through their metal roots. Inside, we are floating on these softer roots. Steam above the cups draws halos in the air, while the horn keeps telling us we're safe in here somewhere. I've been chasing answers in a bigger frame, measuring my life against a nameless game. But this solo curling through the jasmine light says it's fine to simply feel okay tonight. Oh, soft sax over cappuccino, turning all my worries into something low. Cream and sugar swirling in a gentle line, keeping all my edges safely underlined. I don't need a bigger reason, just this cup and this small season. On a day that's almost more than I can know, I breathe slow with soft sax over cappuccino. Someday I might hear this line in another place, airport gate or hotel bar in a different face, and I'll see this wooden table, this familiar chair, how the foam and brass conspired to keep me here. I won't remember every problem that I brought, just the way the horn made room for softer thoughts. How the smallest song in this small cafe gave my tangled heartbeat somewhere else to stay. Soft sax over cappuccino, let the outside voices dim and drift below. I don't have to fix the stories in my head, I can let the horns and brushes speak instead. I don't need a perfect reason, just this sound in this small season. When the world feels like a script I can't outgrow, I sit still with soft sax over cappuccino. Curtain sways a little in the daytime glow. Steam above my coffee draws a lazy bow. Street below is moving at a different speed. I've got nowhere special that I have to be. Nylon strings are dancing from the corner stage. Soft guitar is turning down my inner rage. Hi-hat with a whisper kick is nice and small. Bossa breeze is floating like it's riding on the wall. I press my shoulder gently to the window frame. Let the winter sunlight learn my quiet name. Rhythm like a heartbeat in a softer tone, telling me I don't have to face it all alone. Bossa breeze at the window, letting all my heavy thoughts go slow. Footsteps just a bit. Every little draft of wind is playing with it. Doodles in the margins from another day. Plans I never followed, but I keep anyway. Someone stirs a latte in a porcelain ring. Spoon keeps time in circles with the chords that swing. Laughter from the counter spills a softened sound over every table where we're laying burdens down. All the rows of should-haves in my crowded head. Loosen up a button when the groove is fed. I don't have to prove I'm doing something grand, just to let this moment hold my open hands. Bossa breeze at the window, letting all my heavy thoughts go slow. Footstep echoes on the tiles outside, fade into the brushes and the gentle tide. I don't need to chase the noise today. I can let this little rhythm lead the way. In a world that pulls my mind in high and low, I stay here with bossa breeze at the window. Someday when the season trades its coat for rain, when the trees remember how to dress again, I will hear a chord change on a random street, and my heart will find this wooden chair beneath my feet. I'll recall the daylight on the cafe glass, how it turned a hurried hour into something that could last, how a simple pattern in 2 and 4 taught my worried breathing not to fight the door. Bossa breeze at the window, holding all the parts I rarely show. Let the traffic phones and headlines pass me by. I'll be in this rhythm with my open sky. I don't need to win or fix or overflow. I just need a place to let my edges slow. When the winter makes my courage feel too low, I come back to bossa breeze at the window. You arrive with winter on your coat and hair. Little gust of sidewalk follows you in there. Chair legs scrape the floor in our familiar way. Same small corner table where we hide from days. Menace we don't need sit folded by the wall. We already know the names we're gonna call. Latte for your tired heart, an Americano mine. We order like we're pressing play on Are You Doing Fine? Spoons draw little circles in our porcelain seas. Steam lifts all the questions that we never tease. I watch the cream turn coffee into something new. Wonder what this winter's gonna turn us into too. Cream and sugar conversations, stirring all the heaviness to softer stations. and sugar conversations. You laugh about the boss who never reads his mails, how your latest project almost went off rails. Then your voice gets quieter around the second sip, talking about the part of you you're scared is gonna slip. I confess the bookmarks of my half-lived plans, how I always think too much and move with shaking hands. We both watch the foam lines slowly sink and fade, like the edge of expectations we were never paid. Every gentle pause between the words we share feels like bossa rhythm in a wooden chair. We're not therapists or saints in shining coats, just two inner people trading slightly warmer notes. Cream and sugar conversations, stirring all the heaviness to softer stations. You tell me all the things you couldn't say out there. I pour a little listening in the midnight air. We don't have to fix the world in one small night. We can sweeten just the corners of our tired sight. In a life of rushed and broken explanations, we slow down with cream and sugar conversations. Someday when the table is a different one, different cups and stories, different setting sun, I will think of how we sat here side by side, letting little sentences undo our quiet pride. No big revelations, no dramatic scene, just the way your honesty kept the daylight clean. How the sugar packets piled up like a proof that we stayed long enough to tell a gentler truth. Cream and sugar conversations, holding up our fragile human calibrations. You say thanks for listening with a crooked smile. I say thanks for staying for a little while. We don't have to solve the map of all our fears. We can share a table and a couple kind ears. When the winter feels like endless expectations, I come back to cream and sugar conversation. Sunlight on the sidewalk like a golden stripe, cold air in the doorway with the tangerine bite. I push the cafe door and let the chatter in. Coats and scarves are hanging where the walls begin. Small band in the corner with a sleepy smile. Piano drops a riff that makes the floorboard smile. Right cymbal is shimmering like city glass, and the upright bass is walking with a lazy class. I shake December from my shoulders, take a seat. Heel starts tapping to the drum's soft beat. Suddenly the day that felt too sharp and long turns into a movie with a better song. December afternoon swing, turning all my worries to a lighter thing. Snap of fingers, little bounce in every line. Coffee in my hand and rhythm in my spine. I don't need a big escape or grand new plan, just this band and this warm cup in my hand. When the year feels like a bell that couldn't ring, I tune to December afternoon swing. Barista spins in circles with a practiced grace. Milk foam doing pirouettes in every place. Couple by the window share a shared dessert, trading quiet sarcasm underneath the flirt. Kids out on the crosswalk in their padded coats, parents pulling mittens over sleepy throats. All of it reflected in the cafe glass, while the hi-hat ticks like time that doesn't rush but passes. All the should be doing more inside my head loosens up a button when the horns are fed. Trumpet takes a solo like a crooked grin, says you showed up here, that's already a win. December afternoon swing, turning all my worries to a lighter thing. Snap of fingers, little bounce in every line, coffee in my hand and rhythm in my spine. I don't need a big escape or brand new plan, just this band and this warm cup in my hand. When the year feels like a bell that couldn't ring, I tune in to December afternoon swing. Someday I'll remember this is just a frame, one small cafe with a too long name. Band on tiny chairs, amp that buzzed a bit, sun that slid across the floor and slowly split. I won't list the deadlines that I dragged inside, or the quiet panic that I tried to hide. I'll recall the moment when the groove kicked in and my tired shoulders finally joined the spin. December afternoon swing, painting all my edges with a softer string. Snap of fingers, little bounce in every line. Let the drum and bass untangle what is mine. I don't have to fix the whole of everything, I can sway a little while the trumpets sing. When my heart forgets how gentle it can fling, I come back to December afternoon swing. Late daylight is dripping down the painted wall. Empty chairs are waiting for a second call. Silverware is stacked like little city lines. Sugar packets folded into crooked signs. Only two more tables have a breathing soul. One is lost in emails, one in something scrawled. Glass reflects a street that's moving somewhere else, while this tiny room is keeping time to itself. Someone lifts the cover from the upright keys. Fingers touch the surface like a gentle breeze. First chord falls as softly as a linen sheet, and the silence pulls a chair for it to take a seat. Quiet tables, soft piano, next to all the thoughts I couldn't make repair. Pen is lying sideways on an open page. Words are stuck like actors who forgot the stage. Then a minor voicing colors up the air. Turned around progression smooths the edges there. All the knotted phrases in my crooked mind loosen with the pedal and the tones it finds. I've been speaking fluent and I'll be alright, while my chest is buzzing like a neon light. But this melody that leans instead of shouts makes a little space for what my heart doubts. Quiet tables, soft piano, notes like whispers in a cafe shadow. Every little chord says you can just be here. You don't have to be impressive or sincere. I don't need a crowd or any grand hello. I just need these quiet tables, soft piano. In a day that's been too loud and what I owe, I breathe slow with quiet tables, soft piano. Maybe I won't leave tonight with answers clear. Maybe all the questions will still follow near. But I'll have this image when the noise comes back. Hands on ivory islands in a sea of black. I'll remember how the room exhaled in time, how the simple voicings made my pulse align, how for just a moment I felt less alone, sharing air with strangers in this gentle tone. Quiet tables, soft piano, holding up the parts of me I rarely show. Every hesitation finds a place to rest between the falling notes and beats of my own chest. I don't have to earn this calm, I've come to know I can just exist and let the music flow. When the world demands a brighter, bigger glow, I step into quiet tables, soft piano. Decade starts to shine. Vanilla in the pitcher, thick and swirling slow. Milk foam climbing higher in a golden glow. Cup hits down on saucer with a gentle ring, like a soft percussion to the record swing. All the chairs with sweaters hanging off one side hold the shapes of people who have laughed and cried. I exhale the morning that I dragged in here. Let the crackle turn edges less severe. Vanilla steam and vinyl crackle, turning this all day into a softer battle. Every tiny pop between the notes and air feels like proof that something warm is always there. I don't need a perfect, spotless scene, just this cozy, slightly worn out winter dream. When my thoughts feel tangled, cold and practical, I melt into vanilla steam, vinyl crackle. Label on the record's got a faded blue, banned from some forgotten year I never knew. Piano on the bridge is slightly out of tune, somehow makes the afternoon feel more immune. Barista wipes a circle where a cup once stood. Smell of sugar, coffee, something like I'm good. Outside traffic paints the windows gray and white. Inside every chord is dripping amber light. I've been chasing flawless in my daily lines, counting every scratch as if it redefines. But these little noises in the background hum, say it's okay, you're not supposed to be all done. Vanilla steam and vinyl crackle, turning this whole day into a softer battle. Every tiny pop between the notes and air feels like proof that something warm is always there. I don't need a perfect, spotless scene, just this cozy, slightly worn out winter dream. When my thoughts feel tangled, cold and practical, I melt into vanilla steam and vinyl crackle. Years from now I might forget the song's real name, but I'll see this table in a shaft of flame, steam above the rim like ghosts of yesterday, dancing with the dust that never blew away. I'll remember how the needle held its place, even with the scratches on the record's face. How the music didn't stop because it scarred, how it kept on playing something soft and hard. Vanilla steam and vinyl crackle, holding up my heart like a slow time shackle. Every tiny flaw inside the swirling sound says you're still allowed to simply sit around. I don't have to shine or prove I'm clean. I can be a slightly worn out human being. When my winter soul feels brittle, thin and factual, I come back to vanilla steam, vinyl crackle. Vinyl crackle. Single wooden table by the frosted glass, tiny little island where the minutes pass. One chair, one coat hanging from its spine, laptop, dog-eared paperback, and borrowed time. Outside winter traffic draws a crooked line, headlights making patterns in the early shine. Inside, nylon guitar starts a gentle sway. Bossa on the speakers turns the gray to gray blue day. I trace my fingertip along the window frame, feel the trembling rhythm underneath my name, syncopate a heartbeat in a softer tone, telling me so fogs the outer view, smudging neon letters into something new. People with their scarves pulled to their chin disappear like phrases I won't speak again. Cursor on the screen blinks its quiet dare, empty line just waiting for my mind to share. But the tambourine and brushes take the lead, whispering you don't have to always be a deed. I've been chasing moments I can photograph, as if proof of living needs an autograph. But this soft guitar in 2 and 4 and 2 is a little snapshot only I live through. Window seat, bossa nova, watching all the city slowly roll over. Feet don't have to move to feel a change of place. Groove is like a passport in this tiny space. I don't need a beach or perfect sky above. I can find a shoreline in this coffee love. When the world feels like a race I can't keep up, I slow dance with the window seat, bossa nova. Someday I might work from somewhere far away. Different cafes, different winter days, but I'll hear this rhythm on a random street and feel this chair return beneath my feet. I'll recall the raindrops melting into snow, glass that framed a world I didn't have to know. How a simple pattern in a minor key made this one small hour feel like room to be. Window seat, bossa nova, folding all my worries like a worn out clover. Feet don't have to move to dream another town. Rhythm draws a coastline where I can sit down. I don't need to win or shine or rise above. I can just be breathing with this gentle love. When my winter heart forgets what it's made of, I come back to window seat, bossa nova. Little strings of color hanging overhead, tiny paper planets in a shimmer thread. Bar and cafe sharing the same worn floor, espresso machine humming by, the bottles at the door. Chairs are leaning sideways in a lazy row, coats draped over backs like tired winter snow. Cups and glasses crowded on the wooden rail, stories in the making with a cinnamon exhale. Soft piano chords are mixing with the clinks, low brass in the corner takes a velvet dream. Voices drop to whispers when the horns come through, and the holiday lights paint everybody new. Holiday lights above the bar, turning this small room into a gentler star. Coffee cups and wine glasses side by side, sharing all the ways we made it to this tide. I don't need a party loud and far, just these holiday lights above the bar. On a night that folks with folded arms, talking about the year like it could still disarm. Couple in the corner trace a sugar ring, drawing secret wishes only they can bring. I stir my drink in circles just to keep the beat, watch the bartender two-step with their careful feet, laughing with a stranger at a quiet line, while the saxophone is wrapping up the time. All the resolutions that I never kept, all the midnight moments when I should have slept, float above the bottles in a softer hue as the fairy lights blink like they forgive a few. Holiday lights above the bar, turning this small room into a gentler star. Coffee cups and wine glasses side by side, sharing all the ways we made it to this tide. I don't need a party loud and far, just these holiday lights above the bar. Someday when December is a distant song, when I've moved to somewhere else and carried on, I will see a crooked strand of yellow bulbs and remember how the ceiling held my little world, how the trumpet shimmered through the clatter noise, how the jokes and sighs belong to ordinary boys, how I let my shoulders finally fall apart under cheap adornments that still warmed my heart. Holiday lights above the bar, blinking like a quiet, you've come this far. We don't have to be our brightest, best or brave, we can just be people who showed up today. I don't need a perfect polished star, I just need these colors where the soft hearts are, when the year feels like a slightly crooked scar. I lean in holiday lights above the bar. Flaky little sunrise on a porcelain plate, butter in the middle like it showed up late. Croissant crumbs are gathering along the grain, tiny golden mountains on a wooden plane. Turntable is spinning in the corner booth, dropping quiet needles on a distant truth. Sax from 7 through 4 and drums from who knows when fill this winter morning like they just began again. I brush the crumbs in circles with my fingertips, sip the coffee cooling in its porcelain lips. Every little crackle in the record's groove sounds like all the times I thought I couldn't move. Croissant, crumbs and old records holding up my heart like gentle connectors, pieces of a life that never made the news, hidden in the sugar and the worn out cruise. I don't need a perfect brand new song, I just need a reason I can stay this long. When my spirit feels like pages that got scattered, I sit with croissant, crumbs and old records that still matter. Sunlight finds the dust that's dancing in the air, highlighting the outlines of an empty chair. have left not very long ago. Napkin with a scribble, only they would know. Cash register sing softly like a second band. Coins and quiet laughter trading hand to hand. Piano on the B-side leans a little sharp, but it makes the room feel even more like heart. I've been saving futures in my midnight mind, acting like the present's just a wait in line. But this tiny solo over clinking cups says today is also something. Don't give up. Croissant, crumbs and old records holding up my heart like gentle connectors. Pieces of a life that never made the news, hidden in the sugar and the worn out grooves. I don't need a perfect brand new song, I just need a reason I can stay this long. When my spirit feels like pages that got scattered, I sit with croissant, crumbs and old records that still matter. Someday when the speakers have been changed for screens, when the playlist shuffle through 1,000 scenes, I will hear a trumpet with a dusty tone, and this little cafe will come walking home. I'll recall the flake that fell onto my sleeve, how I laughed alone at something I believed, how the record crackled through my doubts and plans, like a quiet friend just sitting with my hands. Croissant, crumbs and old records, stitching fragile days with softer connectors. I don't have to shine or have the answers right, I can be a person in this gentle light. Let the headlines shout what they think really matters. I'll be here with morning songs and broken patterns. When my winter mind feels heavy, cold and tattered, I breathe with croissant, crumbs and old records that still matter. I breathe with croissant, crumbs and old records that still matter. Milk glows in the pitcher like a small white moon. Steam one starts to whisper in a gentle swoon. Grinder sings a rhythm with a gravel tone, mixing in a music that is almost all its own. You lean on the counter with your hair tied back, apron with a stain from yesterday's attack, cup lined in a row like waiting winter birds. Then you start to hum along with half-remember words. It's not on the playlist, not a famous song, just a little melody you've had for long, but it floats above the clatter and the chairs, like a quiet spell that softens all the air. Barista hums a winter tune, holding up the morning like a fragile balloon. Notes between the hiss of milk and clinking spoons turn this tired day into a softer afternoon. I don't know the name or how the lyrics go, but I feel the warmth in every rise and low, and my heart feels just a little out of tune. I breathe with you, barista humming a winter tune. Shot glass glass catches sunlight from the window frame. Amber little moment in a crowded game. Orders written quickly on a paper roll. Mocha latte, Americano to go. Yet between the tickets and the ringing till, something in your humming says you're here, be still. People check their phones and never really see how a simple voice can pour them quietly. I've been living inside headlines and alarms, scrolling through a world that never truly calms. But this tiny fragment of your nameless song makes my racing thoughts slow down and sing along. Barista hums a winter tune, holding up the morning like a fragile balloon. Notes between the hiss of milk and clinking spoons turn this tired day into a softer afternoon. I don't know the name or how the lyrics go, but I feel the warmth in every rise and low, and my heart feels just a little out of tune. I breathe with you, barista, humming a winter tune. Someday when I'm far from this familiar street, different cups and counters under different feet, I will hear a kettle start to softly scream, and your humming will come drifting through the steam. I won't need the chords or perfect memory, just the sense that someone held the day with me in a little cafe where the sky was gray, and your quiet song kept winter fears away. Barista hums a winter tune, lifting up the ceiling and the crowded noon. Notes between the orders and the cash drawers ring, turn this ordinary shift into a tender thing. I don't have to fix my life by afternoon, I can let this melody redraw the room when the world feels like it's ending far too soon. I sit and listen, barista humming a winter tune. Table hiding by the potted tree, lamp above is humming in a gentle key. Sketchbook on the surface with its spine half bent, pencil wearing down from all the lines it's spent. You draw the coffee cups with crooked, careful hands, steaming little spiral saucers, silver faces in the doorway, coats and woolen hats turn into soft cartoons between your waiting sips and chats. Every line you lay is like a quiet note, shaded in the pages that nobody wrote. Jazz piano slips between your steady strokes, filling in the silence where you keep your jokes. Corner table, open sketchbook, catching all the moments that the others overlook. Coffee rings and strangers in their winter coats, find a second lifetime in your pencil notes. You don't have to make a masterpiece tonight, you can just draw shadows in this yellow light. When your heart feels like a page that no one took, you breathe with corner table, open sketchbook. And hides their mouth. Barista wipes the counter from the north to south. You capture capture just the angle of a lifted chin. Tiny details saying where the day has been. Smudge of charcoal blooming where your hand once lay. Fingerprints of stories you don't have to say. Outside traffic writes a different set of lines. Inside yours are dancing with the walking bass and chimes. All the be more perfect voices in your head fade beneath the brushes and the chords instead. Every small proportion that you think is wrong looks a little kinder underneath this song. Corner table, open sketchbook, catching all the moments that the others overlook. Coffee rings and strangers in their winter coats. Find a second lifetime in your pencil notes. You don't have to make a masterpiece tonight. You can just draw shadows in this yellow light. When your heart feels like a page that no one took, you breathe with corner table, open sketchbook. Years from now you'll flip these pages in a different room. Find the crooked lamplight, smell the coffee bloom. See the way you tried to draw your frozen fear as a simple jacket on a chair right here. You might laugh at elbows, hands that look too small, but you'll know you stayed and tried to see it all. How you turned a crowded, ordinary place into tiny windows with a softer face. Corner table, open sketchbook, holding all the glances that the world forsook. Coffee rings and strangers in the winter coats, still alive in charcoal and in trumpet notes. You don't have to prove you're anything but you. You can let these lines be honest, rough and true. When the winter makes your courage second look, you come back. Corner table, open sketchbook. You slide into the booth like you've done before, shaking off the evening at the cafe door. Sleeves a little frayed from all the weeks gone by, but your eyes still hold a tiny kind of sky. We order without looking at the printed page. Latte for your heart that's carried too much weight. Something dark for me to match the winter streets. Two small circles waiting where the wood and daylight meet. Steam climbs up between us like a silent bridge. Soft piano leans against the window's edge. We both laugh too loudly at the safest part, stirring spoons around the things that guard our hearts. Two mugs, one long story, filling up the spaces where we lost our glory. You talk about the days you almost walked away. I talk about the nights I didn't want to stay. We don't have to tie it in a perfect bow. We can let our sentences come out slow. In a world that wants a headline short and gory, we take our time with two mugs, one long story. You draw little circles in the coffee foam, talking about your childhood in a crowded home. How you learned to listen more than speak your truth. How you carried everybody's weight when you were youth. just the years I spent in borrowed skin, saying yes, of course, to every quiet spin. How I still get scared of being truly known, how I sometimes run before I've ever grown. Outside, buses smear their lights along the glass. Inside, all the minutes dare to really pass. Every honest word that trembles on your lip finds a softer landing in this evening drip. 2 mugs, one long story, filling up the spaces where we lost our glory. You talk about the days you almost walked away. I talk about the nights I didn't want to stay. We don't have to tie it in a perfect bow. We can let our sentences come out slow. In a world that wants a headline short and gory, we take our time with 2 mugs, one long story. Someday we'll remember just the clink of clay, how the spoons kept time when we ran out of okay, how the background sax drew halos in the steam while we carefully unwrapped a half-forgotten dream. We might not recall the list of every fear, but we'll feel the warmth of simply being here, side by side in chairs that rocked a little wrong, letting quiet shoulders finish half our song. 2 mugs, one long story, holding up the fragile bits we thought were hoary. You say thanks for hearing all the mess I am. I say thanks for staying even when I ran. We don't need to solve our lives before we leave. We just need a table where we both can breathe. When the winter makes my heart feel transitory, I come back to 2 mugs, one long story. 2 mugs, 2 mugs, 2 mugs, 2 mugs, one long story. Sign flip halfway over from open to almost. Chairs along the wall like a sleeping ghost. Last 2 mugs are cooling on the wooden bar. Soft jazz on the speakers, just a distant star. Street outside is humming in a blurry line. Neon paints the window with a crooked shine. You're wiping down the counter in a practice start, turning all the cups to planets in the dark. Espresso machine sighs like it's had in a milk jug. Catch the echo of the daily rush. Keys are on a hook behind the swinging door, but this little room still wants a minute more. City cafe before closing time, holding all the hours in a gentle line. Footsteps fading, lights turned down low, letting all the busy daytime finally go. We don't need a crowd or a perfect night, just the last few chords in the amber light. When the world feels like a race I can't rewind, I find peace in a city cafe before closing time. to our daily debt. You hum a little melody I've heard before, half a tired jingle from the year before. Trash bags by the doorway like a quiet sea, waiting to be carried out of memory. I scrape my chair a little back from where I sat, leave a one small circle where my worries met. You smile with your eyes more than with your face, saying take your time, there's no one else to chase. City cafe before closing time, holding all the hours in a gentle rhyme. Footsteps fading, lights turned down low, letting all the busy daytime finally go. We don't need a crowd or a perfect night, just the last few chords in this amber light. When the world feels like a race I can't rewind, I find peace in a city cafe before closing time. Someday I'll pass by when it's someone new, different hands and aprons where I once knew you. Maybe different music, different winter air, but I'll see these tables like they're still right there. I'll remember how you stacked the chairs in twos, how the piano outro softened all my blues, how the empty room felt anything but bare, 'cause it held the simple fact I was there. City cafe before closing time, tucking in the day like a nursery rhyme. Footsteps gone and glasses drying on the rack, space and brushes painting all the quiet cracks. We don't have to fix what happened in the rush, we can let the night arrive without a crush. When my heart needs just a small forgiving sign, I go back to a city cafe before closing time. Tables cleared and chairs are standing on their heads. Crumpled paper napkins like forgotten threads. Floor is wearing footprints from 100 shoes. Daytime left its stories in a quiet bruise. Only on the counter by the window seat, one small candle flickers in the evening heat. 3 old empty cups still holding tiny rings, ghost of all the coffee and the halfway spoken things. Room is almost silent, but it isn't dead. Air is full of sentences we never said. Piano from the speakers barely breathing now, while the candle draws a halo on the brow. Candlelight over empty cups, holding all the almost moments we messed up. Little rings of brown and sugar on the rim shine like constellations when the room grows dim. We don't need an this fading glow on what we didn't drink or say enough when my heart feels like it's running out of ups. I sit with candlelight over empty cups. You're behind the counter counting out the till. Coins like tiny echoes of a busy will. Apron streaked with chocolate milk and memory. All the names you called today drift lazily. I trace with my finger where the coffee dried. Think of all the times I stayed and all I tried. Every conversation that began then froze, hangs between the shadows and the candles rose. I have built a kingdom out of second draft, out of cancelled messages and nervous laughs. But this gentle flicker on these porcelain bones says you were still here. That already counts as home. Candlelight over empty cups, holding all the almost moments we messed up. Little rings of brown and sugar on the rim shine like constellations when the room grows dim. We don't need an audience or bigger luck, just this fading glow on what we didn't drink or say enough when my heart feels like it's running out of ups. I sit with candlelight over empty cups. Someday when this cafe wears another name, new paint on the ceiling, rearranged frame, someone else will close it on a winter night, never knowing how this corner once held light. Maybe I'll walk past and see a single flame through a crowded window that forgot my name, and I'll feel a softness in my busy hands for the tired self who sat here making plans. Candlelight over empty cups, telling me that stopping doesn't mean give up. We can leave some questions resting on the table. We can be imperfect, human, barely stable. I don't need to finish every storyline. I can let the waxing and the waning shine when the dark feels bigger than the strength I've got. I recall candlelight over cups that I've lights are mostly off except the exit sign. Coffee machine is humming one last tired line. Chairs are on the tables like a forest upside down. Mop is drying quietly on the kitchen ground. You lock the front door, flip the handle twice. Say another day survived with half a smile of ice. I stack the final saucer, slide the drawer in place. Then the old jazz record finds a slower, softer pace. Trumpet size a melody we both half know. Brushes paint a rhythm in a lazy flow. You tap your knuckles lightly on the stainless steel. Say we should probably go, but that's not how you feel. Slow dance by the coffee machine in the quiet where the world can't intervene. Aprons, tired sneakers, and fluorescent glow. Learning how to let the ending move us slow. We don't need a ballroom or a perfect scene, just a little spin by this old caffeine machine. When the day has been much harsher than it seemed, we take a slow dance by the coffee machine. Is cool and sticky from the evening rush. Playlist has descended to a gentle hush. You offer out a hand with just a crooked grin. Say one song, then I swear I'll let you sleep again. But I don't walk away. Place my palm in yours and let the trumpet say all the things we never put in tidy lines about heavy boxes, double shifts, and small declines. Our reflection swaying silver on the chrome. Two worn out people in a make-believe home. We don't know the steps, but we don't need to try. We just move in circles while the horns reply. Slow dance by the coffee machine in the quiet where the world can't intervene. Aprons, tired sneakers, and fluorescent glow. Learning how to let the ending move us slow. We don't need a ballroom or a perfect scene, just a little spin by this old caffeine machine. When the day has been much harsher than it seemed, we take a slow dance by the coffee machine. Someday when this job is just a folded page, when we talk about it like a distant stage, we'll remember sugar dust along the bar, and the way the closing time could feel so far. How we counted tips and laughed at nothing much. How the steam one hissed like it was cheering us. How one tiny song beneath the neon beams gave our weary bodies back a hidden dream. Slow dance by the coffee machine, holding up the pieces we can't keep too clean. Aprons, tired sneakers, and fluorescent glow turn into a kind of midnight afterglow. We don't have to name what any moment means. We can just be here in this in between. When the winter makes our hearts feel cold and lean, we steal a slow dance by the coffee machine. swings in and lets the winter city through. Coats and scarves come drifting in a colored view. Floorboards greet each footprint with a gentle creak, like they've been rehearsing for this very week. Band is in the corner tuning up their lines. Beat piano drops a teaser in a couple rhymes. Drummer taps the hi-hat with the counting four. Then the whole room leans into the wooden floor. First it's just a tapping from a nervous heel, then another answer to the right cymbals feel. Little syncopations in the quiet crowd. Before we know it, every step is thinking loud. Jazz steps on the wooden floor, turning all our worries into something more. Shoes and sneakers, riding patterns in the grain, keeping time with every brush and bass refrain. We don't need a stage or spotlight at the door, just these jazz steps on the wooden floor. When the week has been a little too much war, we find peace in jazz steps on the wooden floor. Older couple swaying near the window glow, moving like they've always had a place to go. Hands not quite as steady as they used to be, but the rhythm holds them like a quiet sea. At a corner table, someone taps their toes, too shy for the center, but the music knows. Underneath the surface of their folded arms, feet are learning how to trust the hidden charms. Bass walks up the stairs of some forgotten tune. Horn lays out a melody that fills the room. All the little footsteps answer back in kind as the floor becomes a map of loosened minds. Jazz steps on the wooden floor, turning all our worries into something more. Shoes and sneakers, writing patterns in the grain, keeping time with every brush and bass refrain. We don't need a stage or a spotlight at the door, just these jazz steps on the wooden floor. When the week has been a little too much war, we find peace in jazz steps on the wooden floor. Someday when the boards have all been sanded down, when another owner's painted over brown, someone new will dance across this same old space, never knowing how our hearts once kept this pace. But the ghosts of every evening we survived, every tired shift where we still felt alive, will be in the echoes underneath their feet, in the way the floorboards answer every beat. Jazz steps on the wooden floor, holding up the stories that we can't restore. Sneakers, boots and heels in little swinging lines, riding out a chorus with their quiet spines. We don't have to know what we are dancing for, we can just be breathing with a small decor. When the winter makes our courage feel unsure, we come back to jazz steps on the wooden floor. Says heavy snow by 10. Little swirling icon like it's warning us again. Window holds a preview in a foggy frame. Flakes are starting quietly to practice with the rain. Inside someone's packing up their laptop cord. whispering I should head home to a silent lord. Barista wipes the counter in a slowing line, while the band decides to play one more in borrowed time. Trumpet takes a breath like it's about to speak. Drummer finds a heartbeat that is soft but weak. Piano drops a lantern on the minor keys, and the whole room leans into the in-between. Last song before the snowstorm, holding all the pieces that we can't transform. Coffee cooling headlights drawing ghostly veins on the glass that separates us from the coming plains. We don't know how deep the night will fall, but for now the rhythm wraps around us all. When the world feels like a forecast we can't warm, we stay for one last song before the snowstorm. Someone zips their jacket but they do not leave, caught between the chorus and the winter sleeve. Couple by the doorway trade a nervous glance, checking train times, wondering if they'll miss their chance. I stir the final sugar in my fading cup, watching tiny galaxies dissolve and then look up. Bass is walking slowly down a careful stair, like it knows that every footstep's leading somewhere rare. Outside, all the traffic starts to lose its speed. Tires move like pencils in a softer reed. Inside, every symbol like a whispered stay. Even as the windows blur the world away. Last song before the snowstorm, holding all the pieces that we can't transform. Coffee cooling headlights drawing ghostly veins on the glass that separates us from the coming plains. We don't know how deep the night will fall, but for now the rhythm wraps around us all. When the world feels like a forecast we can't warm, we stay for one last song before the snowstorm. Someday we'll pretend this was a simple night. Yeah, remember, snow was crazy, streets were wide. We might skip the part where we were quietly afraid of the things we couldn't name or plans we never made. But I'll keep the picture of this little room, trumpet bending gently through the coming gloom. How the hi-hat shimmered like a fragile shield over all the worries we were scared to yield. Last song before the snowstorm, telling tired hearts you're still allowed to form. We can't stop the blizzard or the winter's claim, but we can share a chorus and a little flame. We don't have to know what comes by dawn. We can hum along until the night is gone. When my courage feels too thin to face the norm, I remember this last song before the snowstorm. clicks shut behind me with a gentle chime. Pocket holds the crumpled change of closing time. Paper cup is warming up my unloved hand. Tiny moving planet in a frozen land. Streetlights draw a necklace on the quiet road. Breath and coffee steam are sharing one small cloud. Snow is flirting softly with the city air, landing on my lashes like it wants to stay and stare. I can feel the music fading through the wall. Bass and brush cymbals getting small, but the rhythm of my footsteps on the street keeps the last few measures humming underneath. Walking home with coffee steam, carrying the corners of a half-remembered dream. Cafe windows glowing like they're miles away. Hold the day I finally chose to end this way. I don't have to know what tomorrow's gonna be. I just know this cup is here and so is me. When the winter feels too heavy to redeem, I start again, walking home with coffee steam. Crosswalk signal blinks its little tired man, telling me I've still got time to change the plan. Bus rolls by with faces framed in yellow light. Everyone a story moving through the night. I replay the laughter from the corner booth, all the quiet moments that confess the truth. Barista humming band on wooden floor. Two mugs talking softly near the closing door. All the little snapshots of the cafe glow follow me in echoes through the drifting snow. Every step away is still a kind of stay, carrying that warmth into the darkened way. Walking home with coffee steam, carrying the corners of a half-remembered dream. Cafe windows glowing like they're miles away. Hold the day I finally chose to end this way. I don't have to know what tomorrow's gonna be. I just know this cup is here and so is me. When the winter feels too heavy to redeem, I start again, walking home with coffee steam. Someday I might live on some unfamiliar street. Different shoes and pavement under different feet. Different shops and neon, different winter air. But I'll see a paper cup and I'll be right back there. I'll remember wooden floors and vinyl cracks, slow dance by the coffee machine and tired backs. Sketchbooks in the corner, bar lights hanging low. All the little ways that place refused to let me go. Walking home with coffee steam, holding on to something gentle in between. Not quite in the cafe, not yet fully home, but a little less afraid of being with coffee steam. Walking home with coffee steam.